All right, come on through. Come on through, everybody. Come on through. Let me get these comments going. Come on through. I got something to show you that was given to me by my wonderful friend. Come on through. Come on through. I want you guys to see what I got. Come on through. Come on through. Hey, thank you, Mika. Thank you very much, baby. I still owe you a t-shirt, even though I got other stuff, but I still owe you a t-shirt, baby. I don't know what that Steven Universe figure t-shirt done went. It was in here for a minute, but it's gone now. But yeah. Hey, Apple Vipers, great to see you. For those of you that are not able to see this, I'm also on YouTube and I'm streaming to the what's the name channel? The Tough Nerd Toys channel. So yeah. It's great to see everybody. I just wanted to come through here. Now, mind you, today is not really a good day health-wise for me because my allergies are going through the roof today, and I can't, it's just been bad. I've been sneezing and everything, eyes are red, watering and stuff like that. So if you happen to see me, sneeze and some snot come out, it's not my fault. I can't stop that. But I wanted to come on here and tell you guys about the wonderful gift that my longtime friend Rahamad Sultan. I hope he sees this because I want to thank him. And again, I'm one of those people who love to thank people publicly for doing things for me. I'm not one of those people that'll just be like that, that'll take your gift and shit like that. Uh-oh. Tell your sister I said I love the daughter that she made, the wonderful little girl that is beyond emotion, that is not impressed by tedious and trivial things that humans involve themselves in, such as birthdays and shit like that. But yeah, I just wanted to come and show you because I haven't opened this stuff. I haven't opened this stuff or anything like that. I love to open it on camera with you guys, so that you can, see what the person got me and everything like that. So yeah. Again, pardon me if I happen to sneeze and snot comes out my nose or whatever. My allergies have been going nuts today. And I mean, like, they've been going nuts. So we're going to go into the bag and see what he got me. My friend Rahamad Sultan. And I'm going to give you the history on him after I show you what the hell he's gotten me, right? My friends are the absolute best, and I love them. Okay, in this box first, let's see what we got. We have... Please pardon me. Oh yeah, it's canceled. Yes, I am canceled. I'm canceled. So therefore, at random, since I'm canceled, I'm going to cancel people at random. So if I come on your post and I just put canceled on there, you're canceled right along with me. Kenneth Achenta says this video is canceled because, let's see, this video is canceled for lack of representation of the 2,332,000. No, is that 23,320,383 new genders of the M-Not gang? Okay, so I've just been canceled. Okay, I've been canceled again, actually. All right, and in this box, he has gotten me, and my friend Raha, me and him, we go back. I can tell you a story. If you look at one of the past streams that I had, I'll tell you the let's go canceled. Exactly, Apple Vipers. Apple Viper says, let's go canceled. Exactly. There you go, Apple Vipers. And he has gotten me, oh man. He has gotten me a awesome t-shirt, the Week Wake section, because we live in the Week Wake section, but over here everybody calls it the Week Wake section. So yeah, he got me a nice shirt, my size too. He got me a nice Week Wake section shirt, if you guys can see it, with Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. I love that show. Absolutely love it. And he knows my size too, which is great. Next up, he also got me, and you can tell he's been inside of it too. This is how awesome my friends are. Yeah, I love it, right? He got me a Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, Star Wars Mission Fleet, because he knows I'm a very big fan of Star Wars. I love Star Wars. And again, pardon me if my nose starts running or whatever. I got some tissue here. If I happen to sneeze and y'all see some snot, then y'all getting the exclusive footage you only gonna get on from Tough Nerd Toys. All right. And yeah, pardon me, my allergies are going nuts today. He got me the Star Wars fleet, and you can see that he has already taken out the box. Let's see what's in here. Okay, stuff is falling apart. Stuff is falling down. And I actually really like this. And I really, really like this. I'm going to put this together. It is an X-Wing fighter. It looks like Luke Skywalker's fighter. And it actually comes with a little tiny small. It comes with a little tiny small action figure too. Look. You see? A little peg hole in the back. Got a nice little peg hole in the back. It looks like Wedge Antilles though. But let me see. No, this is Luke. I think this is Luke. And it has nice little it has the lice blasters on it. I love it. I absolutely love it. This I hope it has a peg on the bottom. Yes, it does. So I can put it on the stand. You see? This is going to go by my desk. I'm going to put this by my desk. Thank you, Raha. Thank you so very much. And as you can see, he went inside the box and played with it first and then gave it to me. So thank you, Raha. I hope he's watching. I tagged his name in it. Okay, we're going to put this over here. Next, we have, let's see, what else is in here? Whoa, look what he got me. He got me some yeah. He got me some Motu Origins. He got me Skeletor, and he got me He-Man. Look, I fucking love this guy. And this guy better love me. He better love me. And you know why you better love me, Rahamad Sultan. You know why. And it's not because that one time we got drunk and had sex. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's not gay. See? Look. He knows. See, we grew up together. He and I both grew up together. And we love superheroes. We love, what's the name? Exactly. You can't have Skeletor without having He-Man. And I absolutely love it. Look at it. And see, this is what I was telling you, Rahab. I have one already. Look. And anybody, he knows me. He knows me. Honestly, you could all right, there are some people that know me, and Raha knows me. He can literally go to the store and see what, like, he knows what type of stuff, what type of pop culture I'm in, all that other shit. So yeah, and I have this one. So what I'm going to do, if you look on the wall right behind me, there's a TV Skeletor from the Super 7 line. From the Super 7 line, that is what's hanging on my wall. Yeah, exactly. These are going to go up on my wall in my office. I'm going to put these on my wall so they can be forever immortalized and known as the wonderful friend that got them for me. Thank you very much, Raha. I love these. I'm not a big fan of the Motu Origins, and I tried to tell Raha there's a major difference when it comes to the Motu Origins versus the what do you call them? Versus the Motu Classics. This is the difference that I'm going to show you, Raha. Look, you see, one is more like classic cartoon style. This one is more like the modern day. Plus, it's taller too, as you can see. See, everybody knows I love He-Man. I love He-Man. See, as you can see, I also got the other He-Man. A lot of people didn't like this He-Man. I love this He-Man right here. You see the difference, Raha? Because I know before you was like, what's the difference? Big difference. But I love them. And thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you so very much. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, he got me. And the thing about it is, he brought this to my house. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was streaming Little Nightmares. I was streaming Little Nightmares. You know what I'm saying? Little Nightmares 2. And if you want to see that gameplay, you can check it out on my Tough Nerd Toys gaming channel. It's either on YouTube and on Twitch and on what do you call that? And it's on what's the name? Facebook. So it's on all formats if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, look, this is what he got me. And I love it. Absolutely love it. My best friends ever. I have the best friends ever of all. I'm telling you. And it's not just because they give me stuff. I mean, like, they check on me. I see how they're doing any 2 times. Another thing he does, too, he likes to come. You know what? We're going to get into the history of Raha and I. Okay? All right. Next up, what else did he get me? This guy, like, literally, he came to my house. He came to the house, rang the bell. Now, mind you, he's the only one that can do that. He's the only one that could just run up on my house. I have relatives that I don't allow them to run up on my house. He is a relative of mine. I consider him a relative. Rahamad Sultan is my brother, along with a few others. He also got me, look at this. Look at this. No, he knows I love Star Wars. He knows I love books and stuff like that. And he got me the Star Wars, The Essentials Atlas. This is the one. This is the, let me see. Wow, look at this. Yeah, I'm going to fall asleep reading this, man. And I like the fact that it's not a brand new book. When was this published? This is a vintage book right here. Look at this. Look how thick it is. Look how thick it is. You see this? Star Wars, The Essentials Atlas. From the core to the rim, the official guide to the complete galaxy. Exactly. Exactly. He knows I love Star Wars. I absolutely love Star Wars. And this is what he got me. You see? This is what he got me. Let me see. What else is in there? So, I mean, like, this guy just loaded me up. And, you know, I came to the door and he just threw the bag in my arm. I was like, you know, like, hold up. And then he was like, yeah, this is that, the other. He said, I got to go. I got to go check my mans to see if he got what I need. You know what I mean? He had to go check the weed man to see if he got what he, you know. I stole it from the prison library. I was in. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You really stole this from the prison library you was in? When you was locked up? My nigga. He thought about me while he was in prison. You see this? You see this? My man. My man. That's why I fucks with you, Raha. That's why I fucks with you. Oh, man. So, these are all the wonderful things that my friend Raha has gotten me. But there is a history with Raha and I, and he may disappear from this live stream because he doesn't want to, I guess he doesn't want to own up to this. Now that we're almost 50 years old, Raha, don't you think it's time to just pretty much just put it out there, Raha, as to what really happened and who did what, Raha? Come on. Rahamad Sultan. It's time. So, let me see. Oh my God, those are federal prison labels. You're right. You're absolutely right. Wow. So thank you very much, Raha. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so Raha and I have been friends, I would say, well, since like 7th grade. Oh, I thought I heard somebody coming in my office. I know who it was. No, Keisha Kamal. All right, so this is what happened. I'm gonna give you short of the story. All right. Rahamad Sultan and I was always getting in trouble, right? Raha was doing the same stuff as I was doing, but he was pretty much the pretty boy of the school, where like I was the drag or the fucking like burnout, the loser and shit that just always came into school when I felt like it, ate breakfast in school when I felt like it. Like I would just bring bagels to school and shit like that. Action figures all on my fucking desk and everything like that. I was always being sat by myself, either in the back of the class or towards the front. I was always going. I used to get sent to the principal's office so much to where as though she started becoming my best friend. And she would like actually feel as though like the other teachers were picking on me, and she made me like her little errand boy and everything like that, and things like it because out of a month, I think I would get sent to the principal at least 12 times at least, you know, and a lot of times it wasn't me. I would just take the brunt for a lot of shit. So this is what happened. Raha was how can I say? You ever seen somebody that who goes to school, they do the same bad shit you do, but because their family works at the school, because their family is littered throughout the school, like their teachers, like his family was teachers, his family was principals, lunch aides, all that shit. That person would get away with murder, whereas though the rest of y'all end up going to the office and getting suspended. So this one particular time, and he and I were best of friends. We used to sit up in the classroom, crack jokes on each other, crack jokes on other people and shit like that. You know, if ever we would get in trouble, we would just be laughing about it, right? So this one particular time, I don't know what got into Raha. He was cranky that day. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up getting in trouble with Mr. Evans. Mr. Evans was our 8th grade teacher. He ended up getting in trouble with Mr. Evans. Mr. Evans made him clean as a punishment. What did he make him clean? He made him clean the fish tank within the classroom. All right. Raha, all I remember him doing, because I remember he was going to go down to lunch after he finished. So what I did was I just waited around, and I was like, you know what, I'll just wait around till he go downstairs or whatever the case may be. Now, mind you, our classroom was the smart kids classroom, but we were bad smart kids, even down to the girls. They were bad. But we had one snitch in there that was always telling on everybody, and that was Kendra Adams. Then we had Keisha Kamal, who would never get in trouble, who like they couldn't believe would do bad things, but she used to do bad shit too. So did Kendra Adams and everybody else. But being that I was always in the spotlight, I always got blamed and I always got sent to the office. Tameen was another one who used to do bad stuff, but she did get sent to the office. Her and I did get sent to the office all the time. So Raha had to clean out the fish tank, and he was mad. He was mad as fuck. And I had never seen him this mad before. I don't know what it was, but he was mad as fuck. So, you know, I'm sitting in the back of the classroom and shit. And I was just watching him because I was going to go down with him. He was my roll dog. Like, I hung out with everybody. The nerds, the bullies, everybody. Right? So I was like, okay, he about to go down. He about to go downtown, you know, he going to clean the fish tank and shit like that. And I just heard him say, fuck it, like that, right? And I looked up a little bit. This motherfucker took ammonia, poured it in the fish tank. I said, yo, what the fuck you doing? And I started laughing, right? He's like, nothing. Then he was like, then like he poured a little bit. Then he said, fuck it. And he poured like that shit said, I said, yo, chill. I said, chill, yo. I said, chill. Like that, right? I said, chill. Next thing I know, we left out. Now, mind you, another thing he was doing too, whenever Mr. Evans would have him clean the fish tank as a punishment, this nigga would take fish out and throw them right out the window. Yeah, right out the window. And I think I was the only one who would see this happen, or like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, so we went to lunch, came back. I'm sitting up in the classroom and shit like that. Of course, I'm in the back of the classroom and I'm being berated and shit like that. I'm going to be a loser. I'm not going to make it in life. Oh yeah. This teacher also had a thing for giving us double Fs. Like, he wouldn't just give you one F. He would give you double F. Me, I stayed getting double Fs. I got into so much trouble in my 8th grade year, the way I had to go to summer school. All right. And it wasn't due to stupidity. I was just didn't want to do shit. They couldn't understand how I passed all the tests, but I just wouldn't do shit all year, or I didn't feel like doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like if they told me, sometimes I would just act up in the classroom so I could go home, you know, or I could get suspended. So Raha exploited that. So we come back upstairs from lunch and shit like that. I'm sitting in the classroom like this and shit, ignoring the teacher, playing in my desk, playing with action figures and shit like that. And I never forget it because he took one of my Crimson Guard action figures. All right. So we get back upstairs. Mr. Evans walked over, and now Mr. Evans was his teacher. He was how can I say, he was questionable. I already knew he was either bisexual or gay because I grew up in a family full of gays and bisexuals and all that other shit. I already knew he was bisexual, but he used to wear these plaid pants, these tight plaid pants, and he had a big booty. Yeah, he was no, Rob, no, Rob, I'm telling you, Raha, Raha, Raha was no, Raha was in the right grade. It's just that he wouldn't get into trouble because all of the teachers, not to mention, let me tell you about this motherfucker Raha too. Because no, let's get back to when Mr. Evans came upstairs. So we come up, we sitting in the classroom, Mr. Evans comes in last and shit like that. He closes the door. He sits down at his desk and he used to eat these tasty ass potato chips. Nah, he took my Crimson Guard too, bro. He took my Crimson Guard. I'm telling you, he took my Crimson Guard. I saw him do it because I stole it out his desk later on, remember? And that's why he got mad at me. That's why I was on his shit list, because when he would take shit from me, I get it right out his desk as soon as he leave. Or if a substitute teacher was there, I'd steal it right back. And then Isha would eat the potato chips because I don't know what type of potato chips it was, but Isha, she was this other girl that I grew up with, good friend of mine, used to live across the street from me. We all went to the same classroom. We talk about Carver, Clouds. You went to Carver with me. He was sitting down at his desk eating them chips. He used to have these good ass brownies in his desk. He used to have these good ass potato chips in his desk and shit like that. And he would eat them shits. And whenever he would leave out the classroom, Isha would rip them shits. The girls, for some reason, the girls in that classroom would eat his food all the time. And then little by little, I got blamed for it because I stole my action figures back out of his desk, because one time I was playing with my action figures and he was teaching the classroom and he said, "Danae, what's that you got?" Yeah, exactly. Mr. Evans and Miss Murphy was like RoboCop. Exactly. So we sitting up in there. I'm sitting up in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up in there with my hand on my face and shit like that, just waiting for the time to go by, playing around in my desk and shit like that. And he said, "Who did this?" And that's how he used to talk. He used to talk like he was an Englishman or some shit. He was like, "Who did this?" He said, "What happened?" And then he said, "What happened?" He said, "Mr. McCargo, what happened to my fish tank?" I was like, and I just started looking like this. I was chewing gum. I just was like, and he was like, "What happened to my fish tank?" He was like, "I cleaned it." He said, "Cleaned it with what?" He was like, "Ammonia." He said, "Ammonia." I got it. I started laughing, right? I started laughing. And then he was like, "Did you do this? You did this too. You've been going in my desk." I said, "What are you talking about, Miss Evans?" Yes, he did. He did sound like a black Stewie Griffin. He said, "You did this, Danae. I know you did it." I said, "Did what?" I said, "Man," I said, "You bugging." Like that, because that's what we used to say back then. I'll never forget it. I said, "You bugging, Mr. Evans. I didn't do that shit." He said, "You killed my fish with ammonia." I was like, "I didn't kill your fish." I said, I didn't even touch it. You made Raha clean it." Like that. Raha was like, "I ain't do that shit." I said, and I looked at Raha like this. I said, like that. I started laughing, right? And Mr. Evans took it as me laughing that I was the one who killed this fish. And I said, "Mr. Evans," I said, "I ain't do that shit, yo." Yes, you were standing at the board. Exactly. Raha was standing at the board. And I said, "Mr. Evans," I said, "I ain't do that shit, bro. I'm telling you." I said, "I did not do that shit." I said, "No." I said, "You bugging, Mr. Evans. You bugging." He said, "You're a filthy murderer and you're an animal torturer." I said, "Me?" I said, "Yo." And I didn't tell on Raha, but I was like, I just started looking at Raha. I was like, wow, he started pointing his finger in my face, cursing me. Like, he was mad. He was mad. That was the one time I heard Mr. Evans curse a little bit. And he said, "Shit," like that. Because what gets me is that he didn't even notice whenever he would have Raha clean the tank, that fish would be missing. You know what I'm saying? Raha would literally dump out, like, if he was in trouble, he would make Raha clean the fish tank and shit like that. Raha, the last nefarious act that Raha did was that he poured ammonia in the tank. And even then, like, I was sitting at the desk. Exactly. Miss Banks, think about it. Think about it, Clouds. I was always in the office. Everybody always saw me in Miss Banks' office or either standing outside. It got to the point she had a little TV in there and would just like have me do errands most of the day and shit like that. And she was like, Danae, you're such a good child. I just wish things were different for you. That's how the teachers and aides, and I must say, we had some wonderful teachers in George Washington Carver. We did. We had some wonderful teachers. We learned a lot. Now, high school was another story. Yes, Raha was the original Red Man. And the thing about it is, this is what used to get me about Raha. He would do all sorts of bad shit with us. He would be like tearing up shit, doing graffiti all over the fucking place and everything like that, right? Now, me, I would get caught. But with Raha, let me tell you how smooth this motherfucker was, right? Again, pardon me, my allergies. This motherfucker would literally, how can I say? This motherfucker would literally get in trouble, pull out some balls and start juggling them. Like, cause he was, and don't get it fucked up. Raha can rap. He could dance. He could juggle. He was in plays and everything. So he was in the, how can I say, the pretty boy executive class. Exactly. He tagged the school up with his mother's name. He would put his mother's name on the walls, all in bathroom stalls and shit like that. Not get in trouble. Me, I fucking do anything. Then they go to the office and don't come back till your mama come in. That's what Mr. Evans used to tell me. Don't come back till your mama come in. Don't come. I said, I know. Don't come back till my mama come in. So I never forget this one time. Raha had done something. He got into trouble. I think he started a food fight this one particular time. He was just like the Major Blood of George Washington Carver. He would start shit and not get into trouble, or he would just like pop up right back at school with no fucking trouble or anything like that. Me, always getting suspended. Always, because oh, Danae, you're incorrigible. Oh, Danae, this is that and the other. Oh, Danae, he's keeping the other kids from learning in school and all that other shit. So this one particular time, he did something. This motherfucker was in trouble. It was so much trouble to where the other kid in my school named Al Majid, his father came to school and whooped his ass in the bathroom. Raha was with the crew. Raha was with the crew with the shit that went down, okay? This motherfucker goes, I don't know what the fuck, because all the principals and all that other shit, they had us cornered. We was all in trouble and shit like that. This one particular time, I didn't get in trouble with their asses because I think I was out of school or some shit. Yeah, I think I was out of school or some shit, and I came back and Raha just like ran through that school and just caused complete turmoil. Don't you know when when it came for his time? Yeah, Majid got a whooping. He got an ass whooping in the bathroom. His father was like really whooping his ass and shit like that. Yeah, like, so let me tell you what this motherfucker did. It came time for judgment for Raha, right? This one particular time, and like I was interested. I crossed my legs and I actually looked at this shit. I was like, is he really gonna get into trouble with the rest of us? Don't you know this motherfucker started dancing and shit like that and doing some pop lock shit, and then pulled out some balls, started juggling, and they was like, oh my God, look at him. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I said, this guy is criminal extraordinaire, and he doesn't get in trouble with the rest of us. But I was the type like this. If you got away with it, all well and good. I don't give a fuck. But I was already marked as being not even a troublemaker. I was just like fucked up. Bullies didn't fuck with me because they felt as though I was crazy. And like, I was the type like this. I wasn't like out there trying to fight everybody, but if you came after me, and our playground was fucked up, it was always rocks and broken gravel and bricks laying around. We had this one bully in school. He only tried me one time. And see, you got to understand, I grew up in a family full of wild motherfuckers. Like, my uncles was ex-Vietnam vets, my grandmother, my sister. It was just a wild house I lived in. So to fight adults, I was used to getting hit by and beat up by adults. So to fight another kid or fuck another kid up, that was no problem for me. So, and they always kept the dumpsters smelling. I mean, like shit. It was, and the thing about it is, George Washington Carver was like a cutting edge school. It was top of the line school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, grade school and shit. We were the first ones to have computers. We were the first ones to have elevators in our school. And oh yeah, Raha broke I believe Raha was the one who broke the elevator. This motherfucker was just bad. But he was like, if you look at him, you ever seen them pretty boys that do bad shit, but they don't look like they do bad shit? And their family is like one of the families that, like, you try to tell them, like, if you like, they just don't, their son just don't do bad shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was always drawn to Raha. Me and Raha, we clicked the first time we came in the classroom, because the first day I came in there, he started hiking on me, and we started hiking on each other and shit like that. We could hike on each other, but you couldn't. If you joined in, we jumped you. We jumped you while we was hiking. No, Raha was bad, Mika. Raha was bad as fuck. And he used to get away with murder, and the girls loved him. They loved him. They loved him. I forgot one time, I think this one girl named Tatanisha was about to fight for him and shit like that, because Raha, he was one of them old, you know, back then, them yellow niggas was the shit. Like, you know, them light-skinned niggas was the shit. Hell yeah, I had on lime green Converse and shit like that. I had a lime green Converse. I used to wear ponies, spot belts, all that shit. I wasn't rich like Raha was. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't rich like them, because, you know, my mother had decided to shit out some more kids when I turned like 10. You know what I'm saying? So pickings was slim. You know what I'm saying? But I had fun. I had a great childhood. Yeah, Joel. Yep, Joel Dixon. Yep. So check it, right? So this nigga literally started pulling out, like he would just start pop locking and shit like that, juggling. He was, don't get it fucked up. Raha is talented as a motherfucker. I don't know if he can still juggle now, but you could throw anything at this motherfucker while he's juggling, and he will keep juggling it. Keep juggling. He'll do one hand juggles, all sorts of shit, yo-yos, all the he was a well-rounded entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Before like that shit was even in style. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I mean, like this, you know what I'm saying? It was a great time. It was a great story. But Raha, please come to grips with it. Just admit to what the fuck you did. I took the heat for that shit. Because the thing about it is, I didn't mind wearing it because he did send me to the fucking office. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Raha was bad. Raha was bad. Remember that time he blamed me for eating up his brownies and potato chips out of his Mr. Evans blamed me for eating his brownies and potato chips out of his desk and shit like that. And Isha was fucking that shit up left and right. Her and Eris Breeden was fucking up them potato chips out of his desk and eating his brownies. But like one time, Isha just like got loose one time, took her whole hand and grabbed like a good clawful. I mean, like a fistful of potato chips. Like that. What's his name? Eris ate his brownies and shit like that. So that whenever the shit was finished, I would just sit there like this, you know, because I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I ain't do it, but I know I was going to get blamed for it, or I was going to get sucked in the mix and shit like that. And again, our classroom was the smart classroom. Everybody in the classroom was smart. Everybody in the classroom was smart. But we was just like, a lot of us was degenerates, or like, you know, fucking criminals and fucking, you know, bad kids and shit like that. Me, I wasn't really bad. I wasn't good. I was just like, whatever. I didn't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Raha, moment of truth. And I appreciate all you did, brother. I really do. I love my action figures you got me. I love them. I absolutely love them. I love the Star Wars novel that you got from me from prison while you were locked up. I love it. But Raha, can you please tell them who killed Mr. Evans Fish? Be honest now. Come on. Be honest. We're almost 50 years old, bro. Let that shit. It's time to be honest with that shit. I owned up to the shit that I did, nigga. I owned up to the shit that I did. You, on the other hand, Raha, I love you to death. You are my brother. But you got to come clean, bro. You killed this fish. You poured ammonia in the tank. I was right there. I watched you. I watched you pour. You first went like this. You put a little bit in, then you was like, and I heard you, because when you poured the first bit in, I just turned my head and started to look like just daydreaming and shit like that. And then you went like, you said, fuck it. And you said, I said, Rod, chill. I was like, chill, yo. I was like, damn. And I was like, we need to get out of here, bro. But yeah, man. Yeah, it was you. It was you. You did. I was there, Raha. I was right there. I saw when you did it, bro. How could I tell the story if I didn't know you did? I was the one that used to watch you throw his fish out the window. I'm telling you, you did it. I watched you do it. I watched you do it. You did it. You know what I'm saying? But again, I love Raha to death, man. Every venture, and the thing about it is, once grade school was over, I think I may have saw him maybe like because through high school I didn't see him. I don't think he went the week way. I think he went to another school. Tameen ain't do that shit. You did that shit. Tameen wasn't even at school that day. Tameen wasn't at school that day. I think that was the time when Tameen broke her arm or some shit like that. She wasn't in school that day. You was there and I was there. And I watched you, Raha. I used to watch you throw his fish out the window with the net and you would laugh and I would be laughing right along with you. I would just look at you. I'd be like, oh shit. Tameen ain't do that shit. You did that shit, bro. Tameen did not do that shit. You did that shit. But yeah. You know, this was grade school. This was grade school, Davion. This was grade school. This was a wild boy. Of course, I'm always going to defend Tameen, but at the same token, when she did something, she did something. Me and Tameen are best friends. We best friends. We are best friends to this day. We are still best friends. But at the same token, when she did some shit, she did some shit. And yes, I have gone to the office. I got suspended behind Tameen. I got suspended behind you, Raha. I got suspended behind everybody because I was just expendable. I mean, once I saw the cycle or the turn of events that was happening all the time and with me and Mr. Evans and shit like that, I just left it alone. I just left it alone and I just rolled with it. My mother was cool. You know what I'm saying? So if I came home or whatever the case may be and shit like that, she was like, what happened? What happened? I'd be like, Ma, I got it. She was like, all right, well, and you know, clean up the house. When I get back or whatever the case may be, we'll talk about it, shit like that. People used to play hooky at my house, all that shit. My house was just like, you know, it was like Switzerland, man. You know what I'm saying? My mother, she wasn't time when I remember pulling the fire alarm. Exactly. We had fun in Carver, man. We had fun in George Washington Carver. We had so much fun in George Washington Carver, man. I wouldn't change my childhood for shit. Yeah, there was some rough times. Yeah, we wasn't rich and shit like that. But I mean, the food, the cartoons, the family, the shit that went on, the friends I have and had and have that I've created from being going to George Washington Carver, loved it. Absolutely loved it, man. But yeah, Raha, you know, I absolutely love you, brother. You're the absolute best. I love all of y'all. Sean, if you don't mind me calling you by your real name, Sean, thank you for being a wonderful friend all these years. Sabrina Thomas, thank you for being a wonderful friend all these years. Shamika, just in a short period of time that I met you, thank you for being a wonderful friend. Sarah Thomas, Kenneth Achenta, everybody, the list goes on. I seen you in Carver. I seen you after Carver in 2000. Yeah. One time I was coming down Nye Avenue. Remember? I was coming down Nye Avenue, and I think we was around about like 16 or 17 or something like that. We were like 16 or 17. No, but before I saw you again in 2000. And mind you, this guy hasn't aged a day. Like me, I done aged, man. I look old as fuck. But Raha, he still looks the same, still a handsome young champ. I can honestly say a lot of people that I went to school with, they actually still look the same. Sean literally still looks the same. Sean Weeks still looks the same. You know what I'm saying? Raha still looks the same. Especially if he shave his facial hair, he still looks the same as he did when he was in 8th grade. Now, me on the other hand, I got some little battle damage on me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But Sean, Sabrina, everybody I went to, Patricia Newsom, Tameen, everybody we went to school with. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Raha, when your mom moved next door and your daughter was there and everything, I made sure they were okay and stuff like that. But see, that was never, and it never brought up a question because we take care of each other. That's how my friends are. That's how we just raised like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way we are. How is mom doing anyway? And tell her I miss her. Bro, I got gray hairs too. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I got gray hairs too. I got gray hairs. Trust me when I tell you. Where Aries at? Aries who? You mean Aries breeding? Aries breeding? I don't know. I think the last time I saw it was like in 2004. I think it was. Yeah, I think that's the last time I saw her was like in 2004. And we were up, as a matter of fact, I was up at Lions Plaza and she had stopped up there. I think she was getting some Chinese food or whatever. And we was talking, this, that, and the other, whatever the case may be. But it's a lot of people I went to school with, and I met them on Facebook, and because of my rhetoric and the way they don't like the way I'm highly opinionated and shit, they took me off their friends list. I don't give a fuck. One of them was a good long time friend who due to this political shit and stuff like that. And see, that's another thing. I'm not going to get rid of you as a friend due to politics and your views and shit like that. But you know, you get a lot of people because they're very immature. And that's another thing I found is that a lot of people that I grew up with, they didn't mature past high school. Like they didn't mature past school. They still act the same way. No bullshit. Three of them, I can name them right offhand. You understand what I'm saying? And I would never divulge their names or anything like that. I would never divulge their names, but you get a lot of people, they didn't grow past high school. They didn't. They still act childish. They still have their very immature and catty and juvenile ways and shit like that. You know, but a lot of this political shit has caused a lot of divide within people, not to mention people I've known on here. I don't get rid of people. They get rid of me. You understand? Especially on Facebook. And on Facebook, honestly, if you delete me, I could not care less. I mean, your choice. And you know, when you delete me, a lot of times, see, the thing is that I have so many friends, I have so many people that friend request me or ask me to come on or talk to them, whatever, you know, ask me to be their friend. So when like if you do leave, a lot of times I don't even know that you gone until you let me know, because I don't look up people. I don't look up, I don't try to find like, it's like this. If you're a school friend and you happen to cross my mind and I notice I haven't seen none of your posts in a while, I don't even look for you. Because evidently you didn't like what I was saying. You didn't want to, or, you know, you got in your fucking feelings. You got all butthurt. One friend told me the reason why, and go and send me a message after she did it. Like, told me, yes, it was. Carver was mad fun. And the highlight of our day at Carver was eating lunch. That was it. Eating lunch, because we traded action figures. We traded comic books, all that shit. We was outside playing catch a girl, get a girl, hide and go seek, fighting in the playground, stealing the girls' rope while they playing jump rope. But what I used to do is because I grew up with a bunch of girls in my house. My sister taught me how to jump double dutch and all that shit. So did the Moultries that lived down the street on Hunterdon. They taught me how to jump double dutch. So what I would do if I wanted to steal a rope and shit like that, sometimes I just do it just to be a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? I run and jump in a rope, jump double dutch, jump double dutch and shit like that. And then I'll grab the girl and wrestle the rope from her and take it and just had them chase me around the parking lot. And then when they get close to me, now sometimes some of them girls was fast as fuck, because there was this one girl, she was tall. I can't remember her name, but she used to catch my ass and I was fast as hell. And like, depending on if you beat me up when you caught me and shit like that, if you beat me up when you caught me, like, you know, like if a bunch of girls catch you, they're going to slap you and punch you and whatever the case may be and shit like that. I take their rope and throw it in that big ass, dirty ass dumpster that was always smelling like death. You know what I mean? Then there was another thing we used to do in Carver. Yeah, they used to ask me to jump rope with them. Yep. They'd be like, Danae, come on, jump rope. I'd be like, all right. Like that. I know how to jump double dutch. I know how to jump single. I used to jump, what was that? Hell no, Mr. Pearson. Mr. Pearson used to just stare at me sometime. He used to just stare at me. Because you know, he had his favorite students in there and shit like that. Mr. Pearson, I used to call him the Black Little Richard. I mean, I used to call him the Little Richard of Carver. We all know what the deal is. That's why when people talking about like, oh, you're a homophobe and this, that, I was like, bro, if you grew up in the black community, especially in mine, it was nothing but homosexuals and bisexuals and this is that and the other in the neighborhood, or best friends like Lamont, believe it or not, Lamont Harris, he was a gay male since we was kids. He and I was friends and shit like that. We didn't. Oh yeah. Yep. I used to fake pass out on the playground too. Like if I didn't feel like going back up to class and shit, I would just pass out on the playground and shit like that. You know, I'll just pass out on the playground. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, here's Joel. I went to school with Joel. Joel was another good friend. Joel was cool. He was cool, but sometimes every now and then Joel would get grumpy and be on some bully shit, and I'd be like, "What's wrong with him?" Like, you know what I'm saying? He was with us, but he would just be like, out of nowhere, he would just flip. Like, he would just turn into Frankenstein, like this Frankenstein type character, just want to beat up somebody. I'd be like, "What the fuck? What's wrong?" Like, I'll be like, "Joel, what's wrong?" He'd be like, "Nothing." I'd be like, "Okay." Lamont. But Joel was Lamont was gay before gay. He could fight. Exactly. I had a fight with Lamont. In I think it was 5th grade. Was it 5th or 6th grade? I had a fight with Lamont. And I'm up there ready to box him and everything like that. He ran up on me and just started choking me. I was like, "What the fuck?" He started choking me, and then I pushed him off and I said, "Come on." He said, "No." He said, "I'm gonna kill you." Like that. I was like, "What?" And I could have swore he had a knife in his hand, and I was like this. I just wasn't there, and before he could get close, they broke us up and shit. After that, he and I became friends. And I haven't seen Lamont. In like years. The last time he used to windmill and shit like that. And he just ran up on me one day and he just started choking me. He was like, "I hate you, Danae. I hate you." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like that, right? But yeah, man, we had a great time. I wouldn't change our childhood for nothing, man. I love all of y'all. All of y'all are my friends. Listen, I went to school with, bro. I love y'all all, man. I love y'all all, man. I wouldn't change anything. Yeah, exactly. And the thing about it is Lamont was taller than us at that time, too. He was just tall as fuck. He was a tall gay male, like, and he had them long ass arms. Quincy Baker. Quincy, I gotta look at your name. Quincy. Yeah, but like he and I became the best of friends and shit like that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I never cared that he was gay. Like he used to be like, "Danae, you got on tight jeans today." I was like, "So what? You got on gay jeans today?" And we would start laughing and stuff like that. Yes, exactly. He was tall as fuck. Like when I saw him, the last time I saw Lamont, I was bartending. At Zante's, and I think I was bartending in East Orange, if I can remember correctly. Yeah, I was bartending in East Orange, and he came in the bar, had a couple of drinks, and another thing too, don't get it fucked up. A lot of dudes was messing with Lamont. Don't get it fucked up. Don't get it messed up, especially when he became an adult. There's a lot of dudes, because back then a lot of dudes wasn't coming out as being gay or bisexual like they should. Yeah, he would. Lamont would but Lamont was cool. I loved him. To this day, he and I are still friends. I haven't seen him in a long time, but he and I are still friends. All like I have a lot of friends that are gay, bisexual, trans, and everything. So when people start talking about like, "Oh, you homophobic," I was like, "You have no idea." I have relatives. I'm talking about immediate relatives that are gay, trans, that are gay, bisexual, and all that other shit. That didn't mean shit to us over here. That didn't mean shit to us. It's modern day society has made it a situation where it's so like exactly Mr. Pearson's gold and diamond rings. Yes, I do. I remember his rings too. Yep, I remember them. Yep. And he would sit there on the piano and be like, he would hunch over, and you would be sitting there just listening to him with your mouth wide open. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. We had a great time, man. I love all of y'all, man. I love you, Sean. I love you, Raha. Quincy. I'm trying to remember you. I love you, Joel. I love all of them. I love all my friends from school, man. All of them. I wish Fred was here because I could tell y'all some stories about me and Fred. Now, me and Fred, we had more adventures when we were teenagers than we did. Well, we had them when we was young because how I made Fred my friend is that I just saw him one day and I saw he wasn't like really like the popular kid, and I saw like motherfuckers was fucking with him and shit like that. So I kind of like put him in a situation where he had to start talking and interacting with people and shit like that. So what I did was I touch yeah, big Fred, yep, chicken leg Fred, yep. What I did was it was this one girl. She was kind of like tomboyish, right? She was kind of like tomboyish and shit like that. You ever seen them like them girls that were just like all sports and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? And one day she was going through the hallway. So me and Fred was walking, right? And before I would zero in on certain people that I was gonna fuck with and shit like that. So I looked at Fred and I was just staring at him, right? I was just staring at him. And then we was walking behind Tanya. I rubbed Tanya's butt, but I rubbed it from Fred's side. I rubbed Tanya's butt, and I mean I cuffed it. I like cuffed it. You know what I'm saying? I rubbed her butt and like squoze it, and then she turned around, looked. The first place she looked was to the right and just started beating Fred's ass. I was like, oh man. I said, yo, Fred, what you do? I didn't do anything. I said, you had to do something, Fred. I said, you had to do something. So then what I would do is, because I mean, you know, the ass whooping you're gonna get from a girl ain't that serious. It's you're gonna get some clunks on the head, but you know, you'd be all right. What I would do is whenever I would see him, I would go, because he was at that point, he was known as a booty bandit, right? So I would go over to him. I'll go over to the girls and shit like that. I was like, look, I know you don't know me or nothing like that, but this guy over here named Fred, he said he fucked you, you know? And I was like, next thing you know, a bunch of girls beating him on the top of the head. He was like, what is happening? Why are you doing this to me? Because the school he came from, he was from one of them proper schools and shit like that, right? And I was like, you know, I would just go over to the girl and be like, look, I know I don't really like know you or anything like that. Yeah, and he was cool as hell. But that's how me and Fred became friends. Me and Fred became friends like that. Because I saw in the way people was trying to fuck with him. And no, I wasn't no hero type dude, but at the same token, I mean, like, I liked Fred. He lived right around the corner. What I used to find weird about Fred is that I would give him action figures of mine to hold or to, like, you know, whatever. He would put grease on them. He would put grease on every action figure I gave him. He would grease them up with Vaseline. I was like, what the fuck you grease? Like, what was that? I let him hold. And after he would put grease on it, I just let him keep him. But Fred had like hell yeah. Me and Fred, like I said before, I wasn't one of those people that would just chill with like cool people. I chill with nerds, jocks, hustlers, everybody. I hung with everybody. I didn't give a fuck. But yeah, man, thank you so much, Raha. I love you, brother. Thank you. I love you so much, man. Thank you, brother. I greatly appreciate it. Everybody that went to Carver, you know the song. One day I'm going to put it up there, and one day I'm going to make a post about George Washington Carver, and you guys better finish it up because you got to know that song. Hey, Raha, before I go, remember this? American fruits with African roots. Remember that shit? American fruits with African roots. Man. We got to do this again. Ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout for Rahamad Sultan. He says he's going to start doing a talk show soon. And more than likely, I'm going to have him come on our show if he feels like it, because we've spoken about it before. But Rahamad Sultan is a very good, long-time friend of mine. We are like brothers. Thank you for the prison Star Wars. What was that? Thank you for the prison Star Wars book that he got from. This goes to show you, even while he was in jail, he was thinking about me. Look. And yes, I will start reading this tonight. Yeah, I was never Carver material, but was Carver my material? Carver my material. But yeah, I love you guys, man. I love all of y'all. I'm glad we still alive. I'm still glad we still kicking, because some of us didn't make it. You know what I mean? A lot of us didn't make it. But yeah, thank you guys. I love you. Thank you so much, Raha. Raha, you're the absolute best. This made my day. And again, I am one of those people who will always thank you publicly, or thank that person publicly for Play with the rocket launcher. I am. I'm going to also take another video of me flying the X-Wing fighter around. I'm probably going to edit the video, try to make it look a little bit like real or whatever the case may be, see what I can do. But yeah, Sean, you're a wonderful person. Glad to see. I'm just glad to see all of us just still alive, bro. I ain't even worried about how well we doing and shit like that. I'm glad to see we still alive. So thank you, Rahab. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody that has always supported me, supported Tough Nerd Toys, sent me things, did things, you know, because you know I'll always return the favor. I'm that type of individual. Any way I can help. You guys are the absolute best. I love y'all. Hope you have a blessed weekend. And thank you so much, so very much for tuning in. Love y'all, man.